Well, today was at Roberts Park in Saltaire, just near Bradford in Yorkshire. Roberts Park. This is my namesake Parkrun challenge. But not everyone can do. It would make a good Parkrun challenge if you could do. If your name was say Victoria Roberts, and you could do Victoria Park and Roberts Park. But I arrived just in time for this one. That's why I'm right at the back, and I'm overtaking a lot of people out this one. Now there's a lot of pacers at this event. I'm not sure if that's a regular thing, but it has signs along the way. So if you walk in it, I started at the back because I just arrived. So it has like walking. And if your expected time is 28 minutes or 26, so it's kind of ideal. But there is a little bottleneck coming up here where you virtually walk through it. So, but on the second lap, it's more spaced out, so you can just cross through it quite easy. It's not very hilly, this one. There's some short, steep hills. It's only a few seconds long. I think this is the bit where you go up through the gate and you actually run past the outside people's houses here. There's only Tord Valley in Skelmersdale, which is where I've actually run past people's houses. And there's some very narrow paths on this one which make overtaking very hard. And I think that gate's coming up. It is quite early on. It does slow you down a little bit. But it is quite a nice parkrun today, and the spring is here now. The weather's a lot better. So I'm going to put my customary 3D map up in the top left. And you kind of go up, down, and it's 2 laps, a couple of hairpins there, and then you finish here. I've had to speed that up because it was quite slow. And where's this gate coming up? It seemed to me about 2 minutes into it, but there's a 30-minute pacer there. I finished just behind the 27-minute pacer. I could see him for ages, but my knee was playing up. But thanks to all the volunteers, as usual. The artist, David Hockney, is actually from Saltaire. And it's about a couple of... Here's that gate there. I'm trying to actually squeeze through here. I don't think I knew this gate was coming up. I kind of guessed because everyone just stopped. But yeah, this is just a couple of minutes walk from Saltaire train station. But I actually nearly didn't make this one because I set off really early. But I think I got the wrong train because it did say on the screen it stops at various places and then Bradford's just before Leeds. But then it changed and just started saying Dewsbury, Batley, and then Leeds. So I got off at Batley and just got a taxi straight to the park. And yeah, I got here at like 3 minutes past 9. That's why I started at the back while the race director was doing all the shout outs and all that kind of stuff. But I've not got an R for my challenge yet. So this was my R for my alphabet challenge. I think I've got 6 letters to do. I think I'm still overtaking people here as well. But you can see these are like, you can get a little bit muddy. They weren't really much. So here's where you come up towards people's houses. You go through a little bit here on the right, and then you run past that hill. So you do this twice. You go up and then all the way back down. Some people go up the stairs, bit of mud there. And thought I'd put my splits up there. And this has been happening recently. Pretty much all the park runs recently, where each kilometre is faster than the previous one. Where am I going here now? Here's where you turn right and you go along past people's houses here. Yeah. I'm not sure what it's like for the people living there, especially if anyone works nights, but yeah, you come past here twice. The whole thing is a bit of a 2-lap course. And obviously there's a guy with a buggy there, so it should be all right. I'm not sure about dogs, though. I can't remember if I saw any. But there is it's the first time I've actually been Bradford. I went once when I was about 15, but it's a very, pedestrianised city. So in the centre, there's hardly, like the whole has just been concreted over with no roads. But there is a Wetherspoons, obviously, and I did go there for my breakfast. I must say it looked quite grand for Spoons. Apparently it's a former Turkish baths. And this one was won by John Ashcroft in 16 minutes and 37. But it's a lot busier than I thought this part. 632 people took part in this one. So there's someone with Easter Bunny ears on, because it is Easter weekend. But yeah, it was really big. I didn't expect it to be this big. So even if I would have got a personal best, I would have just broken into the top 50. Some more overtaking here. See, these paths are very narrow and you have to run on the grass. So there's a lot of them like this. And as you go back up past people's houses, I think there's another little narrow bottleneck where you go through here. I think it's where you turn right. So we call this a ginnel. Loads of people still argue and debate about what those little alleyways are called, but to me it's always a ginnel. And I think you go back to the start line here, back to where you started. I didn't even know where to put my bag or anything when I started this one. There was that many people at the start line and I was right at the back. Yeah, we are, because we're back near the start line now, so it's the second lap. So now you've seen the course, I might have to speed it up in a minute because I've got nothing else left to say, I don't think. I think we're back near the start line for lap number 2. We're halfway through the current video, but when I speed it up, it'll... Yep, here we are now. This is where we started. So, thanks for listening. Don't know where I am. Where am I next week? I've got a few coming up. I've got to do Glossop for my alphabet. And there's a new V in Nottingham. Victoria Embankment, I think. I'm going to do that one in the next few weeks. So yeah, I'm just going to leave this here and then put the speed on. Yeah, so speed it up to 5 times the speed. And that reduces the time of the video, so another 2 minutes left. So, I don't know what the cannons and all that are for. There's a lot of cannons and stuff on near the start line. But yeah, I'm kind of rushing this video to get it out. If the channel breaks off, I'll put more... If the channel breaks out into... a lot of subscribers and views, I'll put more effort into the videos. These are just really just a look at the course for anyone who's thinking, oh, I'll do this course next week. Let's see if there's any videos on YouTube so I know what it's like. That's all these videos are. And that's it. I'll just leave it till the end.